Alrighty, welcome back to our fourth and final session of the 2024 UNCLOUD Victorian Short Course Championships. I'm Tim here, got Jordan alongside me and Kalia. Welcome along.
Hey Timmy, good to be back.
Welcome Jordan.
Hey gang, how are we?
Good, good. And how's our Sunday been?
I mean, I've been here since this morning watching some pretty fast racing for day 2. We saw some extremely quick swims yesterday evening, including a couple of world records set, and we saw another world record set this morning as well. So Nicholas Leighton, who we'll see swim again later this afternoon, broke the 50-metre butterfly world record for the S15s, and this morning set a 22.90 in his 50 freestyle to break the world record in that one as well.
We saw him compete in the able body too. I think it was in the 50, was it the 50 fly, 100 fly?
It was, yeah. And he'll also be in the able body 50 freestyle tonight as well, yeah. I believe. So another opportunity to go even quicker again.
So we're almost ready to go here. So event 34 up first, our 4x50 mixed freestyle relay involving para and able body swimmers. And I believe we'll have a staggered start here in a second. This is to help try and even up the field.
Creates a much closer race at the end, a little bit of excitement to kick us off. This race is all about that inclusivity, so giving the opportunity for these para-athletes to be able to race alongside their teammates. And I know a lot of these swimmers really enjoy this one. It's a fun event to kick off tonight's finals proceedings.
It is, you know, it's quite quick this one. And you can hear behind the blocks the official counting down to start them. So Ivanhoe will take us away from the start here. This is a big hold before these guys get started. There we go. A long way to catch up here to Western Aquatic and Melbourne over in lanes 6 and 7.
A couple of different ways we can race this. Obviously, mixed between para and able body, but it's also a mixed relay between male and female athletes. And also the makeup of these teams. If we look at the team from Geelong, they have 3 para athletes in their team and just 1 able-bodied swimmer. A lot of the other teams might do 2 and 2. So heaps of options to make sure everyone gets a chance to race.
Have a go. And so Geelong now taking the lead over from Surrey Park. Over there, I think Ivanhoe still out in front, but it could change in this next 50. Yeah, I think Geelong might be in front here as they come into the 4 swimmer.
Very fast exchange there from Geelong. Melbourne Swimming Club catching up at the back here.
Yeah.
Ivanhoe still coming in. Now we're starting to even up here. We've got 3 teams, lanes 1, 2 and 6.
Melbourne's coming up to their final swimmer now. Yeah, good battle on in this last 25.
Minor places here. There's not much in it.
So Geelong will take it out. Oh, good battle there. Ivanhoe and Surrey Park for second.
I love the celebration then from Bradley from Geelong.
I'd like to see a bit of flair.
And it is exciting. This is state open championships, so he's come away with a nice little gold medal.
Yeah, get a medal. Alrighty, so moving on now to event 35, the mixed 4x50 medley relay. We've got 3 heats in this one. So in our first heat, we've got 3 teams, PLC and CGGS. Aquatics got A and B. Oh, sorry, C and B.
Yeah.
C and B, they're stacked. Some depth they're building down there.
actually really looking forward to this. I enjoyed these at the Olympics.
Yeah, mixed medley relays.
The mixed medleys, especially. Not so much the mixed freestyle, but the mixed medley with the change in times between the females and the males across all the strokes. And what strategies you're going to take. Maybe you've got a fast backstroker, maybe you've got a fast breaststroker.
Yeah, where you put your best or, you know, where your depth lies.
I think everyone can hang their hat on Kyle. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, on the freestyle. Yeah, it was good to see him just launching.
Just makes for good TV.
An interesting comment was from a few of the female athletes just noticing the difference in changing over from a male swimmer coming in. Normally we always race together as a group of females and used to the timing of their strokes.
Yeah.
It's quite different having a male athlete. They swim more powerfully. They tend to have longer strokes than the females. So that judgment call becomes a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
So all of those little elements come into play too for that timing on the changeovers.
So we can see PLC's led off with a male backstroker, and CGGS have got 2 female backstrokers for their C and their B relay teams here.
If you were doing it, how would you guys do it? Would you go 2 males to start with, try and have a lead and then hang on, and then go 2 females? Or would you go 2 females to start in between, like 2 males? Where would you put your teams, depending?
I think you have to just look at the athletes that you have on hand. You tend to see probably more of the males in the butterfly and breaststroke legs because they tend to have a little bit more ability to be faster across the board. There's less gap between the females and males in the backstroke, generally speaking.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like Australia at the national team level, like breaststrokers would be the men over the women. Just in terms of world being competitive.
Yeah.
And it's really up in the air. Like I think our backstrokers are that good.
That's so fast.
That good.
Exactly.
They're faster than our men. It's unreal.
And so CGS here with a solid lead. They're coming into their last swimmer of heat 1. It's all about posting that time and putting pressure on heats 2 and 3.
Good safe changeover there.
I think it was the team actually at the Olympics that got disqualified for a changeover. So it shows even the best can cut it too fine.
That changeover can be so valuable as well, though.
Yeah.
You know, the difference in speed you can get from that ability to be mobile and active off the beginning.
See the CGS there, the B team.
Takes it out. So they've got
momentum from lane 3, sorry, the C team just carried through and over the top of PLC there. So back to your point on the exchange and the momentum is just so vital.
You can take off if 3 swimmers nail it. You can take off over a second, 1.5 seconds just off the changeover.
So heat 2 behind the blocks here. We do have 3 heats of this timed final. So our fastest seeded teams will be in that 3rd heat, swimming out of the middle lane.
Mixture across the field. This lower half, you'll see a lot of female backstrokers. In that upper half, you'll see a lot of the male backstrokers. So,
interesting split across the pool at this point in time. All of the teams who have chosen to swim their male first are over on the far side.
Yeah. Good first change there from Ivanhoe. 26-1.
It's like Nathan Foot.
I don't think our clock's working too well up on the scoreboard though, so it's hard for us to sort of see times right now. We've still got our reaction times.
We still have the reaction times.
It's a fast reaction for Melbourne, by the way, 0.5. But Ivanhoe looking pretty strong over there in lane 2. But making up some ground now is Melbourne, in lane 4. These 2 teams look like they're going to touch almost dead even.
Gone 2 males to start with, and they'll finish with 2 females.
Watch out for Yarra Plenty here too. They've got their male butterfly now in the water.
this will be where the relay starts to come back together.
Coming out into this fourth and final leg into this freestyle. Our scoreboard's working now. Makes it easier for us as well.
Oh, so, it's a great changeover there by Melbourne.
Yeah. Is that Zara Jeffries there?
Zara.
Water.
Brilliant underwater off that changeover. Popped out in front after coming off about half a second behind.
Discount Milton here in lane 5. Might challenge for second.
So 1:52. It's a fast time in heat 2 there. We wonder if that would actually be fast enough to be in heat 3. So it's good. Put some pressure on heat 3.
So who's our call for heat 3 here? Some tight times in the middle, seeded upon entry.
Yeah, well, MLC were the fastest seed last night. Couldn't quite get it done, and you were sort of picking propulsion last night in a couple of other ones. But I think Nutter Wadding's always hard to go past. They've always got the depth. They always seem to rise up well for relays. But maybe I'm proven wrong here. Who's your tip?
Just trying to have a bit of a look across the pool.
Good spread here. Big teams in the middle. A lot of male back.
Caulfield's actually looking pretty good as well.
They were good last night too, actually. Good start from Surrey Park, and also in the middle there looks like it's MLC. So MLC will turn in front. 12.1 at the turn. Federal ball.
Very sharp. Great turn there.
Great underwater.
Really good acceleration. Good pop.
Yeah. 24.9. He's gone out very fast.
That's speed.
It's quick.
So they've loaded the front half. Two male swimmers along with Caulfield there. A lot of the other teams going with the female breaststroker.
Sorry, I was going to say really high stroke rate here for the MLC breaststroker too. You can see he's up really high here.
Been watching a lot of Adam Peaty. Adam Peaty's coach coming down to take over Bowley's squad there at Griffith University.
Yeah, Mel Marshall.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
one of the greatest female coaches. So really exciting to have her on board for Australian swimming.
Looks like MLC still leading over Caulfield. Caulfield's still in this one though, and this will be interesting how this last leg goes in this freestyle.
Will the big men here, will they chase these females down? Females tend to give away about it. 2 seconds and a 50.
MLC look like they're going to hang on here. They do. 1:45. It's a solid swim. So Nutter Wadding A and B in second and third there.
Gosh, close times for the Nutter Wadding teams.
Yeah, the Nutter Wadding A team only just got the B team there by 0.1 second.
Very quick, much quicker than their seat times. All those teams.
The Nutter team sound happy about the results
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
pretty happy. Second and third. So moving on now to our next event, the men's 200 freestyle. This should be a really good one to watch. Familiar name in the middle there, Noah Millard. Lockie Jackson Simpson either side of him with Toby McCormish. Some good names in this one.
Spoke this morning about how heavily sprint dominated this 200 sort of seems tonight. You know, Toby, great 100 freestyler. Lockie Jackson Simpson, also great 100 freestyler. Saw those guys back in yesterday afternoon, putting up some stellar performances there.
Don't discount those distance boys there. Tommy Lane's a 400 freestyler.
Yeah, we saw him last night. He smashed it. It was awesome. And in 15 as well.
keep an eye out. He will be coming on later on for the 800 as well.
This will be Noah's last sit out before he heads back to Yale University to dominate the NCAA scene.
Bit of a delay here. I have to wonder if we might be seeing a disqualification come through from our last relay. That's why our results might be taking a little bit longer.
So if you guys are swimming this 200 freestyle short course, then a freestyle, how would you sort of look into swimming this one?
It just depends these days. It's such a sprint.
Yeah.
Short course it boils down to getting between the walls as fast as you can. There's no such thing anymore with short course swimming. Of pacing the race. It's just honestly about getting out as quick as you can and being strong enough through your legs and holding your breath to keep on firing for 8:25s.
I think something that Noah did really well this morning was that transition between underwater into the swim. He maintained the momentum really well and a lot better than a few of the other boys in the race. And that was quite clear, particularly in the second half.
He's probably had some really good practice over there in the American college system, racing some short course meters and yards. And the Americans are really good at their turns, and they do so much of it, so much racing during the season.
Yeah, he's spoken a lot about how that's been one of his main focuses in training, is to improve on those turns.
Yeah. He's such a big boy too, so he gets a lot of height off the walls.
Yeah, there has to be a bit of an advantage about being able to get those legs over a lot earlier than the other guys.
Yeah. Noel this morning went 1:47.1. You might expect him to throw down a bit quicker than that tonight as well.
Yeah, I wondered how much he had left in the tank. This morning there was a pretty quick turnaround between the 200 freestyle and the 200 backstroke.
Yeah.
And we'll see that even shortened again tonight.
Yeah.
So when you have a heavy program, probably just trying to do enough to make the final.
Finals. Yeah.
Kind of the best thing about this short course racing in this program is you do have to swim well under the wave.
Yeah. That's what we were saying yesterday. A lot of these guys will probably do 2 relays each day and then possibly 2 or 3 heats and finals as well.
So you mentioned Lockie's a sprinter and he's taking it out nice and hard here. Probably nice, comfortable, easy speed for him to be honest. Good skills, and Noah has just dominated that first turn. Really strong underwater. Those two boys will lead us through here to the 50, followed in by Toby there as well.
Yeah, Robbie out in the far lane over in lane 0, more distance athlete, but he's gone out quickly too in that first 50 metre.
Yeah, so he might come home pretty strong.
Seen a bit of a different program from him.
We saw him yesterday in the 50 breast or something.
Yeah.
So that before.
Through here at the 100, Noah's got a half a body length on Lockie there. If you just watch his breakouts there, he's just popping up, just carrying that good momentum you mentioned earlier.
51.23 the turn time at 100 metres. That's a quick 100 in a race. So
Close to a final on the 100 free, I reckon.
See Lockie here's trying to just sit on his wash there on the lane road. He's probably half an arm length away from really riding that, saving energy. Noah's just pulling away, sorry, through each turn just a little bit by a little bit.
I was about to say, it's going to be close for these minor medals. The 2 lead boys still fairly far out in front, but that 3rd place spot, Toby McComish, Oliver McKenzie and Ash Nichols also in the mix there.
Yeah, good battle, isn't it, between those guys?
So Lockie's started to build it now. He's kind of really rested over that wave.
146.5, 147.7 second, and McCormick's just got the hand on the wall there. 150.1 to take out the bronze. All right, so we've got the 200 backstroke coming up here in 3 events' time. So Noah will be back out there again. I think Harvey Lark will be back up again.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Noah this morning almost was playing a bit of a game of cat and mouse with the boys in that 200 backstroke. It was off the back of the 2-3. He swam fairly easy through the first 150 and just trusted in those turns. I think more than anything, he turned at the 150 mark behind and just popped up in front and stayed there for the last 2 laps. So curious to see what the strategy is tonight. Maybe go a little bit harder, give everything he's got left in the tank.
Throw it down.
Throw it down.
So event 37 here, the men's 100-metre butterfly multi-class, and Calvin Tran, James Logan, Lockie Bellion and Bradley Dool. We've called these boys a fair bit yesterday and this morning. So
yeah, now speaking of people backing up over and over again, these multi-class athletes
they do a lot
of massive program.
Yeah. We were saying yesterday, I think some of them had played four finals plus a relay and then 4 heats as well. So potentially 8 swims in a day, both days.
First 50 there by James.
So, sorry, you got
I was going to say, James did a 3-second personal best this morning in the 100 butterfly, so dropped from 108 down to 105, which was a nice touch for him. He had a great Metro Championships and he's just come off the back of that and backed it up over and over again.
Looking really strong here as he comes into the wall.
Yeah.
He's held his stroke rate the whole way.
Looks like it's going to be another little drop potentially.
Yeah, on the wall.
Yes,
Well done.
just had another half a second.
So trains out of the Melbourne Swimming Club Geelong program. Coach Lucky now, they're doing a great job. Got a few of those multi-class athletes, nice little group, training well.
I was going to say as well, Lockie and Calvin both took off time there from this morning again. So both did PBs. And Bradley Doolan's also taken off another second off his time. So good final from those 4 lads.
Now we've got the girls behind the blocks here for event 38, the women's 100-metre butterfly multi-class. Grace Ryder and Evie Lee. Great camaraderie between rivals there. A little bit of a fist bump before the start of the 100 fly. Both these girls classified S19, so it is just a race between the two of them as well. The first person to get their hands on the wall will be our winner, have the higher point score based on that time closest to the world record in this particular classification.
Grace leading us through there at the first 25.
entry times of 1:26 and 1:32 this morning. Interesting how much faster they can go here in this final. So at the 37.6, so attacking that first 50.
I was really impressed with both girls' consistency throughout this race earlier on today. So we'll see how they go tonight, coming back and trying to back it up.
Yeah, 105 is not easy, is it? Doing it twice in a day?
Just don't think it's easy to begin with, Tim.
Yeah. And coming to the wall now, she's going to go under that 125 mark pretty comfortably. Yeah, 123.8, it's a huge swim. So 3-second PB there.
Both girls well under.
Yeah, huge swim for both girls.
That's finals racing, isn't it? You can just get that little bit extra bonus energy. It's free energy.
There it is.
In the final session.
Even though the indoor pool is always a little bit quieter, I think, and it's a little bit less atmosphere than our outdoor pool in short course season. Looking ahead at our next event, event 39, the men's 200 backstroke here. Looking at our emergencies, Luca Brown and Harry McCraw, aged 14 and 13. Pretty impressive to see boys that young being emergencies. Imagine another year's time, they'll be knocking down the door in that final. You'd think.
Yeah, 100%. Luca Brown had a fantastic national age, came away with a couple of medals across those backstroke 100, 200 metre events. So certainly one to look out for. Harry just back at Metro Champs broke another Victorian age record, so he's doing really well also, and training partners too. So
yeah,
when you've got someone similar age, similar times to you,
bounce off each other.
It's a great environment to be around and be part of.
Definitely. Melbourne Super Club are definitely on the up, aren't they? Building quite nicely at the moment.
They are. They're building their coaching repertoire pretty well as well.
Yeah, they have.
Part of their strategic plan is to have a female lead coach at all of their pools and centres.
Yep.
Away we go. Lots of different styles as we head out to this backstroke event, leaving the wall. Really strong there from Henry. Then to go east.
Jordan, what sort of things are we looking for in this 200 metre backstroke event?
In terms of speed through the first 50, maintaining good stroke rate through that middle 100, and just really having a set number of kicks, and we maintain that off each and every wall. So whether you've got to cognitively think about that, whether it's 8 kicks or whatever, or you just know the number. So you can see Noah's at 10 metres every single time. Henry's quite fast into the wall. I think he's just not holding that momentum underwater, and he's allowing Noah to get away in between those walls a little bit too much, and then he's having to catch up. You can obviously see Henry's giving away 5 years of experience. I'm sure there'll be lots to learn out of this when he watches the replay back.
Would you be aiming to as well do that light legs early and then really try and bring the legs in as you go, or are you going to be trying to attack it early on anyway with the legs?
Definitely. 200 backstroke, you probably want to sit off the legs as much as you can early. As we see Noah comes down to this last 50. It's probably just a little bit under his underwaters from his previous 50s there. But he's maintained that stroke rate. That stroke rate stays nice and easy, and then you're just trying to build the legs in throughout this race as he comes down to our last 25. Will he pop up at 10? He's just short. As Will Sharp will be nice and strong here. He's a really good sprint backstroker.
Campbell Wilson Moran's finished quite strong here in this last 50 as well. But so these two boys take second and third there, Henry and Will Sharp.
All four of them under 2 minute mark, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, it's a fast final there from those four boys going well under the 2 minutes.
Good to see Liam Paulson here on the outside. The peer of Luca and Harry there, the alternates, 13-year-old.
So we're under event 40 now, the women's 100-metre backstroke. Have a look at that all-comers record there from Kaylee McEwen. Just a 55.4. Not bad.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. Pretty interesting too. If you look at the fastest qualifier this morning, Tara Kinder. Not normally known for her backstroke, more of a breaststroke and IMer. Probably been working on her backstroke a bit more recently because her IMs have come along so well.
Must be word on the street that she's doing really well in her IM, at 200, 400 IM especially.
Yeah. Only really been training as well for about 12 months maybe. She's been back in the pool. So as well, we've got Kira Jeffs over here, the 13-year-old veteran as well. They're in lane 8 with a 103.9. Interesting, the Rolawini takes this one out quite hard there. In lane 6 as well. She was pretty fast yesterday. Pretty even though across the field. It's hard to sort of see who's leading us through this first 25.
That was in the middle there. Probably just a little bit slow off the blocks, a little bit slow underwater.
Underwater from Tara Kinder there.
Nice swimming speed. Spot on there. Samara's got really strong speed through that 35 to 50 metre mark.
She came up a little bit earlier than the other girls there though off this turn. So whether she can hang on here in this last turn. Over there in lane 3 as well, Sienna Shepherd having a good swim. So good last 25 here, coming down on the wall. Looks like Semra's going to hang on and take it out. Is she going to go under the minute? Let's see. 1:00.02, almost under it. So Tara picks up second and Sienna Shepherd there in third. 1:00.06. So almost under that minute mark there.
Spread of age groups across the board here. Lane 4, James Ward, Caulfield Aquatics. He's come back from the University of Ohio State. Another swimmer from Victoria that's chosen the collegiate pathway through America. It's a good alternative to receive an education, hopefully through scholarship opportunities, because it can be quite expensive otherwise.
Yeah. Upfront fees are not cheap.
That's it, and just a good opportunity to learn from all around the world. I know it's not just the Americans, it's the Europeans come over as well. It's a good opportunity just to pick up different things and how people do things just a little bit differently.
Yeah.
All right. Fast and Furious.
On the way here, this 50 butterfly. This will be over in a flash.
Away really fast was James. Alex here in lane 8, right underwater all the way to 15.
He's out 10.8 at the turn.
Fantastic skill work there as he hit the wall. 12.5 under. He's got pushing out to what is 3/4 of the body length as he touches 23.6. Very rapid.
Good swim. Van Loonen's second there at a 24.5.
It's great to see Jack making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, I was
he
going to
took
say,
a break from swimming.
A couple of years
He
off.
does a lot of his training on his own.
Yeah, trains I think just twice a week.
Yep.
Just does a bit of gym. You think he's gone for the Cam McAvoy model?
Maybe he did it first.
Yeah, maybe. I also got the Van Loon model, not the McAvoy model.
Bit of a change in pace now as we move along to event 42, the women's 400-metre freestyle. This is our timed final this evening. So a lot of these girls yesterday raced the 800.
So a 400 freestyle, it's always interesting. Once again, is this a long sprint too? Seeing that's a short course, or is sort of more going to look at building these each 100s, get out hard, and then bring yourself in as the next 3 100s sort of descend.
I don't think you're ever going to be able to absolutely sprint out the first 100 in a 400-metre race. There has to be some level of control.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit heavier on the lungs short course. You've got a few more underwaters. And longer distance guys don't necessarily like that as much. You're not going to see them staying under that 10, 15 metres. They want to get the most efficiency off the wall with the least amount of kicks as possible.
Definitely.
And keep those legs for the second half of the race.
So I think we can take a look at the world-class level there, that Olympics level. A lot of those ladies were going out and they were swimming the first 50 nice and efficient, conservative, and then they were swimming those middle 50s, 2 through 7, the same pace, just bang, bang, bang. That's that pace that you would train when your coach is asking for 200 pace, 400 pace. That's what the coaches are talking about, those middle blocks, the feeling, emulating that feeling and that speed, and then that last 50 is all just that racer's mentality that every swimmer has.
Just go hard and finish it off.
That consistency becomes super important. It often looks like the athletes out in front are slowing down, but what tends to be happening is the other athletes are just staying at the same speed. So they're making up ground because they're consistent.
As you can see here, Arabella's taking out this first 150 nice and strong.
Mackenzie Hunter just starting to move through too. We saw her yesterday in the 800 have a really good swim. And we know that she can start to attack it and build into her middle to long distance races.
She's been racing really well this weekend. Quite a dominant swimmer in Victorian longer distance racing. Also great at those open water events, and we know that she has that back half. She does have the 1500 coming up later tonight, so I'm excited to watch her race in that one.
I was lucky enough to race her at the Peter Perignon earlier this year, where she took out the female category.
Did she beat you?
No. But we go back to that first 100 being that age-old saying that you might not win it in the first 100, but you can definitely lose it if you overswim it. So.
Or if you're too far back, even, get into your rhythm and leave too much room. So Mackenzie's starting to come through. She might be sitting in second now. She is. And Jordan Fox over there has had a really good swim so far and been really consistent in this first.
Just chatting with Coach Kelly Stubbins about Jordan earlier today. She's just come back from college as well. So another one of those swimmers. Her coach actually used to train with her. She was one of the junior athletes through that program together. So when Kelly was still swimming herself.
There you go.
It's a bit of an interesting story there.
It is. Well, Jordan this morning had a time of 4:25 and Mackenzie at 4:18 this morning. She's still right up there with him, so she looks like she's dropped a bit of time.
Their seat times there, Timmy.
Sorry, I did look at that wrong. My bad.
That's all right, though. The girls are swimming
sometimes.
really strong here. They've made a nice little race here. I wonder if they can see each other. Come into our last 50.
A couple of good little battles. So we've got Mackenzie versus Jordan, and then there's a fight going on for that bronze over on this side of the pool. Lanes 8 and 9 between Arabella Tomlinson and Zali Snyders.
Two younger athletes, 15 and 14 years of age. These girls out in the middle making a big race of it. Mackenzie's coming into the wall nice and strong here. She'll
Ali
take that one.
has charged down this last 25. She might actually get her hand on first there.
Yes, she does. There you go, 4:19.
So now we switch that pace again, moving away from the 400 into one of our 50-metre splash and dash events. Men's 50 freestyle for multi-class athletes. Nicholas Layton, your fastest qualifier, that 22.91 was the new world record for S15.
Great start there from Nikki.
He doesn't muck around, gets up and racing very swiftly off the start.
Determined individual. Very speedy through the 25 mark there. Well done.
This is 3-1. It's a little bit slower.
And we have to consider he did just race one event ago. And then he was also in that mixed 4x50 relay earlier. So he's already had a few cracks tonight.
Big program.
And those 50s are actually quite challenging to back up from as well.
It's all that power, isn't it? You need that rest.
Just depleting those power stores. It's fascinated that the track athletes, the sprinters, the 100-metre track athletes, they race an hour and a half afterwards. So I just thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
You think back to swimming, the 50 athletes will race in the morning, go back 6, 7, 8 hours later and race again.
Yeah. I guess the time, though. I guess the 100-metre sprint's a 9-second race, 10-second race versus a 21, 22-second.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's still pretty crazy, isn't it?
So event 44 in the water now, the women's 50-metre freestyle for multi-class. Once again, a lot of these girls coming back to re-race this tonight after a heavy field of events across the weekend. Sarah Howe leading us around at the 25 there, 14.85.
Strong finish, though, as well from Ellison in lane 4. Sorry.
A few different classifications within this race. Kira Warwick over in lane 2, S6. She's actually an Australian record holder for 17-year-olds in this classification in the 50 fly and back. So a lot of depth across our multi-class athletes.
We saw that last night, weren't we, how multi-class is just growing. In finals now, you have full heats sometimes now, compared to a couple of years ago, we only have one or two sometimes in a race.
Yeah, we're seeing so many more athletes, and I think that's really challenging the level that we're seeing within the group.
It puts pressure on to make finals, which is good, which lifts the standard. Finals one, the men's 2IM. Adam Selwood there, the fastest qualifier at 2:04. We know he's a really good breaststroke. We still spoke a bit about the IMs last night, about how important that backstroke and breaststroke is.
I think we might see some action from the outside lanes. I saw Callum Heller and Laval this morning definitely playing a few games in those heats. It looked like a very comfortable 2:08 he went this morning.
Just to make the final, then he'll go from there.
I believe so.
Yep.
You will notice Cameron Rakini in lane 3 with that black armband around his arm. Goes on before every final session for his brother Lachlan. We do have our charity event coming up to raise money for Laps for Lockie. He's had a fantastic meet as well, so just swimming strength to strength each time he races there, Cam.
So Callum Huller and Laval had an awesome breakout there in lane 8. You saw him break out right at the 15, and he leads us through this first 25 at 11.6.
Good to see Cal Hill try to lead through this first 50 and 100-metre mark. And you watch Adam, the strong breaststroke, will come through during the back end of this race.
And Dominic Sway also having a good swim there in lane 6 out in that butterfly. So good underwater from those two boys here, Cal and Dominic, in lanes 6 and 8. Good battle though between Ricchini, Selwood, Rutowski as well in the middle, and also even Felix Drexel de Bruin too. So there's a big bunch here.
We know they're all quite good breaststrokers too,
Yeah,
so
it's good to
they'll
watch.
start to make up a little bit of ground you'd expect through this leg.
Just going to be thereabouts as we head through this breaststroke leg into that freestyle leg. Everyone can bring it home.
It's been really even now. These four boys out in front.
Breaststroke is across the top end of the pool. Started to push across.
Selwood's had a great third 50 there. He touches in front. Can he hang on here in this freestyle?
Now we've got a race. Race for first, race for the minor places.
Ricchini is finishing strong here.
Yeah, Camrakini, he's come off that turn really well.
Yeah.
Selwood looked tired going into the
He did.
wall. He put in a big breaststroke leg, and I don't think he's going to be able to hold on. Camrakini just storming home.
Oh, he does get it. Yeah, 201.
That's a great swim. 201.
Good racing, lads. Just 0.205 separates first and second there. There's a fun event coming up now, the women's 100 IM. Alright, it's underway here in the 100 individual medley. It's always a good one to watch, bit of fun, 4 laps each stroke, short course special event. And Alicia Clark, we know she's on a lot of speed. You see her through here in that first 25 out to 12.5.
Great underwater, carried a lot of momentum.
It's always good to watch a 100 IM short course, a bit of fun, like you can disguise your weakest stroke and just get out and sprint. So it's all power, get up and go.
Short course swimming, just be nice and quick, nice and rapid between the walls. Just holding on to a body length lead here. Just on the far side, going to give her a bit of competition.
They're pushing her through. Jessie Steinman's having a really good swim for Geelong there. Alana Banks overall, in lane 1's having a good swim and finishing strong with Farina Tahar. So who gets the second? There you go. So Alicia Clark followed by Steinman and then Alana Banks in third. Here's a bit of fun for you. 50 freestyle coming up. How about the all-comers record for the man from Cayman Islands, Jordan Crooks, at 20.3.
He's got a great style, Jordan does. He swims the straight arm freestyle like Climmy.
Yeah.
Which is good to see. Good to see that again. Good to see some different techniques coming back. Obviously, Cam's got his technique that he's picked up from. There's been many swimmers over the years that have done the Cam McAvoy approach, but it's nice to see Cam get a reward for that at the Olympic level. Mickey Leighton's running nice and late. He's swum 3 or 4 races already, and here's his fifth race.
He's just been given a stern word too, I think. They've just told him to, they just tell him no running on pool deck.
I think the technical officials forgot that he's deaf. Yeah, has tried to speak to him, but that's all right.
He's there now. Short turnaround for him, though. He's just raced it out 5 minutes ago.
Right. Mickey's nice and strong. James is up again. Lockie's up again.
Yeah, James Ward had some serious speed yesterday. So, and his 55 before was unreal. What did he go? 23. I think it was 23.6, was it?
Yep.
55. So let's see what he can do here with this 50 freestyle. Would you take a breath at a 50 free short course, or can you just try and hold on?
Oh, I'd
take one into the turn.
I was a chronic breather, so yeah, I'd take a breath. But if you want to be the best, I'd probably say a quick breath before the wall.
Yeah, for that turn.
If you can. Yeah, I just find turns you're zapping a lot of your energy, so probably just a quick breath in and amongst the flags there. Maybe not the last stroke, but yeah, just inside the flags before the wall.
This will be a lot of splash. This will be hard to see.
Keep an eye out. See if the boys do breathe.
Come in turn now. Lockie, Jacket, Simpson and Ward both out. 10-6, 10-7.
I haven't seen James breathe as of yet.
Well, he's breathed just then.
Lockie's breathed. Lockie's got him by an arm or two here. Coming to the wall. Oh, that is great racing. That is great racing.
22-1, 22-2, and a 22-6. Xander Coates there in third. That's a great swim. 22-6.
22-7-2 as well for fourth.
Kalanka there.
Fifth. Toby on the outside, 22.94.
It's a fast one.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
It's probably a bit short for Toby as well. He sort of builds into it in his hundreds as well. He's a lot of speed.
Tall fella, Toby
He is a very long man. Bit of change of pace now. 200 breaststroke. So 200 breaststroke underway here. Some familiar names, Lily Kosh, Tara Kinder, Riddell Smith there, with Dakota Mathers as well. So Farida Tahar just swam in the 100 IM about 2 minutes ago as well. So we know short course racing, it's short and fast. You're up again, you often do 3 or 4 finals in quick time.
It's just a weird time of the season, the short course states. Obviously, you come off the back of April if you are an age group swimmer, and then trials is in the back end of June there.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I feel like short course season has gotten even shorter and shorter now. Like we've brought states into now August. It used to be sort of mid-September, so you've normally got an extra 2 to 3 weeks of short course racing in before states. So Tara's a very good 200-metre breaststroker. You can see she's looking very comfortable there in lane 4, but also a really good swim now is Riddell Smith in lane 6, and you expect her, she's pretty strong in the back end, Riddell.
109.57 through the 100-metre mark. It's a really solid 100 full stop.
Yeah. Well, this morning went 2:27, so out nice and fast, well under that 110, which is good, so she's putting it on the line, giving herself a chance to probably go, 220 low, hopefully, maybe 223, 224. Good battle on, though, at the moment for second between Isabel Ray, Riddell Smith and Lily Kosh as well. So those three are sort of all battling it out.
Really see through Tara through that second 25 there. Holding really good speed through every stroke.
Still getting that length too, out in front. Still use those legs driving through.
A lot of that had come through strong core. Breaststrokers are quite strong athletes. I tend to find that the breaststrokers are a lot stronger through their core and their lower body than a lot of the other athletes.
Yeah. This is going to be a really fast time. 2:21.8.
Wow, well done.
Great swim. She's just taken off 6 seconds off this morning. She looks pretty tired. And Riddell Smith comes in second, 2:28. And
2:28, 2:28, 2:29. Good little race in there.
Yeah, 4 girls under the 2:30. It's a fast final.
It's just a shame you really can't see so much of breaststroke.
Yeah. Alrighty, so 200 individual medley here for our multi-classes underway in the women's. So, familiar names again, Maddie Fox, Evie Lee, Grace Ryder, Sarah Howe, Kira Warwick. So, Evie and Grace are from the S19 category, so they are directly sort of racing each other here. But we've got S18, S10 and S6, so a few different categories going on, battles within battles. And as we know, older class, it's about getting that hand on the wall, getting as many points as you can within your category.
So there's slight modifications with these athletes through the strokes, just making a modification and using the body, how they can use their body, propelling themselves forward between each wall.
So at the moment over there in lanes 4 and 3, Evie and Grace having a good battle. Just a second separates those two. Sarah Howe's looking very comfortable over here in lane 5 in this backstroke.
Really smooth, consistent rate there.
So now into the breaststroke.
Oh, great flip turn there. 3, Evie Lee.
Yeah, those two are battling along well now. So here's Sarah Howe still looking quite strong in this breaststroke.
See, Sarah's not breathing every stroke. That's actually legal.
Breaststroke.
In breaststroke, you don't need to breathe every stroke. It's just kind of
What's been done.
yeah, it's kind of like a learned way that we've decided to breathe every single stroke.
I've always wondered if you could go fast and not breathing the breaststroke.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'm curious whether the 50s, if the 50s come on at the Olympics, we'll see some slightly different swimming. We saw that with Adam Peaty changed how breaststroke was swung for the 100. Zach Stubblety Cooks changed how breaststroke swung for 200.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can see we've got a nice little race now as Grace is coming up on Sarah. One more 25 to swim.
We saw talking yesterday about too the breaststroke kick, that there's some different styles of the kick. You know, Petey's had that real narrow kick, but you see some swimmers who haven't got quite that narrow ability. The wider kick still works better for them. So breaststroke's a very different stroke in that sense.
On Sarah, 2:51.44, followed in by Grace and Evie.
It's a really fast final from those girls there. So Sarah's just taken off 5 seconds, and Grace has taken off 2, and Evie's taken off 2 as well. So all gone quite fast, and Kira, she can come home strong here in this freestyle. Let's hope she can get under that 350. So Maddie Fox now onto her 50 freestyle. She's coming through. Kira coming down out of the wall. She get under that 350. She's sort of on track. Let's see the time. Oh, 350.2. So pretty much bang on her PB there.
Let's hope you come on, Maddie.
So she get under that 412.
Just keeping an eye on her there. Yeah, she's trying to go this last 50 under 50 seconds, so 1 second per metre. Just going to creep outside of PB there. Nailed the finish though, absolutely nailed that finish. Well done.
Let's move on now to the men's 200 individual medley multi-class. We've got an 800 freestyle coming up after this. Here we go. So a good start there, yeah, from Riley in the middle. Out 13.8, so he's out really hard here at that first 50. See how smooth he looks in his butterfly too. Looks really easy as he glides across the water. That low breath. And he's actually breathing every stroke here, but you can see how efficient it is. It means that he can do it.
Throwing back to a bit Matt Biondi there. Nice and long, loping, just kind of gliding across the surface. It just seems to sit right in that air pocket on top of the water.
As he comes through. So moving into his last 25 of his backstroke here.
He's doing the same here in backstroke, just sitting in that pocket. not trying to sit on top of the water, not trying to sit under the water, just like in that nice little pocket along the surface.
Well, 231 this morning. He's out pretty hard at 108 at the 100 mark. So this is the all-important breaststroke for him. If he can get out hard in this breaststroke and then hang on to the free. So he gets a nice drive with the hands out in front of his breaststroke too.
He's got some great technique there.
Some too is Hamish Keenan here in lane 5. So he's pushing through nicely in this breaststroke. And so Riley coming in now to his freestyle leg. In the legs, he's got a lot of power in his legs here in this kick. Some driving right through.
Gallop. 200 freestyle gallop stroke.
It's a lot more common these days, the gallop, isn't it?
It's making a bit more of a resurgence. I think we realise that you can't be symmetrical in swimming anymore.
No, I think if you've got one side that you can breathe to quicker, you should do that. You don't need to be breathing threes and both sides or fours.
Great swim there, but 2:24.92. Smash that.
It's a great swim. 7 seconds off. It's Hamish Keenan there, 2:34.
Just outside.
Just a little bit over.
He's had a great swim. He's gone under.
Kelvin Tran just pretty much bang on, about 1 second over. And Bradley Doolan coming down now with 15 metres to swim. It's freestyle. He's finishing nice and strong.
Always has a big program, Brad.
He does. He races a lot.
Just a lot. Like he's epitomises the love of swimming.
And there you go, 3:06. He's gone faster than this morning. He should be happy with that swim. Old swim, lads. So moving on now, an 800 freestyle. Short course, once again, one of these races where you feel like watching it, they get into a bit of rhythm, and by the time they get into a rhythm, they've got to turn again.
It's cool to see Archula in this race instead of his brother Harvey.
Harvey, yeah, they always have big programs.
Harry Hay, lane number 5.
Tommy Lane, called him a fair bit yesterday. James Gagano, good distance swimmer as well.
I reckon these boys in the middle will be gunning to go under 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I think a good little get out. I believe we've got Aussie short courses back in Melbourne this year again. In a few months' time, I think October.
In October, yeah, around then.
Get your tickets, people. Get your tickets.
Yeah, get down. I thought it was in Adelaide. Is it Melbourne or Adelaide? Or maybe it is. Maybe it is Melbourne.
If it is in Melbourne, get your tickets. Come down and watch it swimming. If it's in Adelaide, tune in on TV.
Yeah, we'll get over there. Drive over.
Yeah, make a holiday of it. Yeah, it is in Adelaide. That's all right.
That's
make
all
a
right.
holiday of it.
Yeah, get over
It is
there.
coming up soon. It is coming up soon.
So how would you be looking to race an 800 free short course, or comparing it to an 800 free long course? You know, it's almost a completely different race.
Yeah, and I think you can see that even when you dial it back to the 400 freestyle.
Yeah.
World record is completely different as the boys get off to a flying start. Yeah, they'll just be looking to not overdo this first 25. Just use that nice, easy momentum. And I think that what you spoke about before, just trying to get up and get into a nice, easy rhythm through each lap.
Yeah, just then try and... Because you still want to be out pretty quick. You don't let that field get away from you. And you don't be trying to play catch-up too early on. Especially short course where there's turns that if you fall behind...
I think putting myself in their seat right now, you're just trying to get on your pace and stay on your pace as quickly and as early into this race as possible, and then just doing your best to maintain.
Would you be, if you were in this situation, too, looking to aim to a stroke count, and you'd know it from training, you'd be looking to hit, let's say 12 strokes a lap or 11 strokes, and hit that each 25 and try and get in that rhythm and hold that length and efficiency.
Me personally, I'd probably look to maintain a stroke rate rather than a stroke count, just because you just might have slight variables, and then you might get a little bit ahead of yourself, or you might beat yourself up if you're not quite hitting that stroke count. It is always nice to be in and around a certain number. Yeah. Probably for a 25 year, hope that the boys are swimming no more than 12 to 15 strokes.
Yeah, I was going to say about 12 to sort of 14 around there, depending on their rate as well. And then you'd sort of be looking at these guys will be doing light legs at the moment, and they'll gradually start to build their legs in, coming to those last couple of hundreds. You see these boys too, how long they look in their stroke, and they're almost doing a catch-up. Like Tommy Lane almost does like a catch-up with his freestyle with that breathing arm.
So there we go, just counting. Tommy's done 11 there, and he's got that. He has that really long, taking his time through each stroke to get the most distance, and that's distance swimming. It's not, you're not trying to get from one stroke to the other as quickly as possible. There are different techniques. There's an Italian boy who swims. Pellegrini? Yep, yeah. Paltrinieri, yeah. He swims quite high-paced, turning it over almost a little bit like an Energizer bunny. Not very heavy on the legs, just churning over. Tommy's a little bit different. He probably swims a little bit closer to probably what Daniel Whiffen swims at the moment.
Yep.
Mac was quite a different swimmer again. He was quite like a diesel engine, very like low stroke counts, was swimming your low 20 strokes per 50 long course.
Mac always looks so long each stroke.
So does Tommy. Tommy's doing it, Harry's probably more on that momentum, keeping a higher stroke rate and just using his momentum to carry him over each and every stroke.
Josh Carnes also having a really good swim there from Nunawading. You see he's got quite a high rate too. And he's just staying within touching distance of these boys. It's good for him. If he can just hang up there with these guys, he could drop a big time here, because his entry time is 8:24. And these two boys in the lead, Tommy and Harry, have entry time of 7:56 and 8:02. So if he stays up there with them, he could be dropping a big time here. You see these guys two off the turn, just one kick, they get up and they go. Not much time to stay under the water, and you're probably running out of breath if you stay under too long. It's just that to get that momentum, get that quick breath in, and away you go.
Like they're rolling around mid-30s here through the 50s. So they're going to be ballpark right on that 8-minute mark. Possibly a little bit outside. Probably not at 8:05. So here as they go through the 400-metre marks, spot on.
Bang on there, 4:05.
4:00. So they're probably going to have to get a move on, a wriggle on here through this back 400, and I'm sure they've worked it out as a 200, a 200, 200, and 200 in terms of the feel and the pacing that they're trying to emulate. They obviously can't see the clock. They can see the counter there. Hopefully they're not looking up to see that. They're kind of catching that on the way out, looking just underneath their armpit as they come off that turn. Still rocking around here. They're probably just slightly outside that 30.5, 31 seconds now. Just as I've spoken of looking at the count, you can see Tommy's had a big look there.
Yeah, he's just had a quick look it up. Well, it's always hard to keep count short course. I know Carly and I were talking about, do you count over laps, do you count in hundreds, or do you count in 50s? Each person probably counts a little bit differently in how far they're into the race.
I always used to win in America when you do counting races, is they count up, they count the amount of laps that you've done.
Rather than count down.
Rather than count down. I think as a distance swimmer, you're always looking to get out of the pool.
Quicker. Yeah, I think if I was doing that, I'd be wanting to count down.
So you can see Tommy's probably looked at the clock here, or sorry, the lap counters, just to get a gauge on how he's feeling and where he's at. And he's just changed a gear within that 75 there.
Well, he picked up his rate a little bit, hasn't he?
He's certainly.
Yeah, just a little bit. Josh Carnes has probably just fallen off the pace with these boys a little bit now. He's probably sitting about 10 metres back now, so they've just sort of broken him away.
great thing with distance swimming. It's just so subtle, the changes, but over that longer period of the racing, it starts to develop.
You think about half a second each 25, and how much that adds up. So it doesn't sound much, but
yeah, even within the 200, that's a lot.
Yeah. He's just had another quick look there, Tommy.
So he's clearly got a plan, and he's trying to find out where he is within that plan.
Yeah. You see how efficient he still is, though. Like, he's still keeping that stroke long, and he's starting to bring the legs in just a little bit now. You can see them starting to kick a little bit more. Harry Hayes stayed with him, though, to his credit.
Yeah, Harry's certainly tipping over here. He's got that nice little front-footed approach. A swim downhill. Boys are coming into it here. We've got 4 laps to go. 4 and a bit, 100 metres. So with 100 to go, Tommy's got 7:05.2. So based on his splits through here, he is going to go close to that 8:05 mark. Unless he starts to get a wriggle on here. He's going to go sub 55 to break the 8, so he might be just a smidge over.
It's always hard to short course distance racing is if you fall off the pace with people around you, it's hard to know where you are in the race.
Yeah.
So many turns.
So they've started to come through. They've lapped most of the outside competitors here. So Tommy's copping the bell. Yeah. Josh Carn's back there in lane number 3 in 3rd position. He's copping the bell as well. 7:45. So he's got 30 seconds to get back, and he'll be well inside his entry time.
So it looks like he's going to go probably about an 8:05 here. Yeah, so you're pretty much spot on at about the 200 mark, I reckon. You said 8:05, didn't you? Good call, mate.
I gave him the optimistic. I wanted to go 8, and there we go. Josh has done a 30 on that last lap, and he's crunched out a 10-second time drop there from his entry time.
Huge swim. Most will say if he could just hang in there with those boys for long enough, they'd drag him out, which they have.
That's exactly it.
So Jesse Phillips has just gone 8:24 as well, so he's taken off 8 seconds as well. So it's a great swim by him over here in lane 6. So he hung up there as well.
Tommy Urquhart's had a big swim.
It's a fast final from these boys.
And that's the great thing with like the distance swimming here and being such a spread. You know, Tommy's 16 and he's just gone a 8:39. He's proceeded just under 9 minutes. So that's huge. You're also just not getting the opportunity to swim against a quality field in a distance race as often.
Yeah, well, I think in a metro meet or a normal carnival race, if you're doing 800 freestyle, there might only be 1 or 2 guys who are actually going to be at your level. There's always a big distance gap when you see those normal races. State championship level, national level. Bit of a change up now of pace, a 50 backstroke. So we go from an 800 to a 50 back.
2 backstroke. Couple of 2 IMs in there as well. Couple of sprinters. Way nice and fast is lane number 4. Great underwaters. 50 backstroke, you've got to dominate those underwaters. Really sharp turn there by Lunka. Oh, he has dominated that turn. Really held on to that speed as we come into the wall now. This is a race. Who's in 6th there? James. Oh, 24.66, 24.88. James Smith rounding out our podium, 25.4. Really strong swimming there by our gentleman. 50 backstroke. All of them utilising 15 on the quarter. Staying with our 50s. Multi-class 50 backstroke, a lot of our gentlemen. Back again, good to see him. Riley showing off his skills again here. Holding lane number 4. Chased down by Finn there in lane number 3. James in lane number 5. They've made a good little trio there in the middle. Nice little race. Under the flags we go. Riley still holding on nice and strong. Into the wall, 31.76, 32.54 and 33.11. Great swimming from the boys. We'll see the girls take over in a second here with a 50 backstroke again, 3 in a row.
Alrighty.
Away we go.
Women's 50 backstroke multi-class underway. Once again, a short turnaround for these girls. Anna Leighton there in lane 4. Doing a good swim so far. Her teammate Sarah Howe looking good there in lane 5 as well. Coming into the turn. They turn almost at the same time. They're 18.4 and 18.2. Bit of the water there from Anna as well.
She's got a really nice rate here. Staying on top of the water. This is neck and neck.
Yeah, it'll be all about the touch here. Who gets it?
That is good racing. Well done.
So Evie Lee's had a good swim over there. She's gone under the 40. So that's good to see from this morning. Grace has gone pretty much on the time she went this morning. Kira and Maddie have just come in as well. And Maddie's just gone under her time as well by about a second. So very good swim. So moving on now to the women's 4 IM. Always good to watch the IMs. Bit of fun. You can see all 4 strokes.
I don't know if there's anything fun about 400.
No, not fun. It's fun for us to watch, I mean.
It's a lot easier for us to watch than to do, that's for sure.
Yeah. Always like watching it though in terms you see some of the strengths and weaknesses throughout all 4 strokes.
Yeah, certainly. It's always nice to watch a 400 IM. It's a good display of skills as well, like how well you can apply your skills under pressure and over extended duress. Like the 400 IM is not an easy event. So to see those skills, the turns, being able to hold your breath, the back to breast turn is so vital, and then you go from, hopefully being strong on your arms through the backstroke, doing a turn, and then holding your breath for as long as possible to get the most out of those pull-outs or those breakouts.
Yeah. I think too, it's really hard going from backstroke where you're on your back, using most of the arms, and then into mostly a leg dominant stroke and breaststroke can be quite hard. But these guys do a lot of training around that, doing a lot of light legs or backstroke pull, and do a lot of breaststroke kick. I know too, a few coaches have mentioned that they don't do as much butterfly work if they're an IM, so it's mainly around that backstroke, breaststroke, which is where your race can be set up. So it's more about just getting through that butterfly, be up still, out fast enough but easy enough that you're not using too many petrol tickets in that butterfly.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to find out if it really do what it'd be like there. Away we go. I'd be interested to find out if any of them do a lot of quality work during a main set. And during that main set, they're doing their swimming, and then they work straight into a kick and then back into that swimming. Really,
work the dynamics of what an IM is like.
Yeah.
So see here in this butterfly, these girls will get out pretty fast, but it's going to be easy speed. They're going to try and not muscle at all in this butterfly. Try and be as relaxed as they can and just get through the butterfly.
Just hoping and looking for some nice rhythm and steady momentum. Trying to maintain that speed off every wall.
Would you be looking to try and breathe every stroke at a 4 IM in the butterfly? Try and get the air in early? Or do you reckon you still stick to your rhythm of the butterfly of breathing every second?
I'd say first, but it's whatever's comfortable for the athlete. That was a really interesting point I found at the Olympics, was there's no set formula. No. Even for the world best, and sometimes the best swimmer often doesn't have the best technique.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you see, probably a few years ago, we wouldn't have thought we'd ever be breathing every stroke in a butterfly in an IM. Maybe all about getting the head down and keeping efficient. But if you get the air in, that keeps you.
It's all on trends and who swims fast and what they do, and people trying to copy. Adam Peaty in the breaststroke, all the men copied him.
Yeah.
You got the one-up breathing from Phelps.
Yeah. Well, Decky sort of set the tone in the distance freestyle, didn't you? At that high rate, you just get out and go, and you hang on.
And that's it.
You set the pace.
Got all the girls coming through. Now you've got 3 iterations of that. You've got Decky yourself, and then you've got Ariane, and then you've now got Summer. So, and there's, you know, still girls even underneath that do the same sort of work. You know, Erica Fairweather from New Zealand's same sort of caliber there.
It's really interesting. So Tara Kinder now looking really nice and relaxed here in this backstroke. I think she's been doing a fair bit of backstroke work around her IM. She was always so strong in her breaststroke, but look how good she's looking here in this backstroke.
She went really well at trials there, a couple of finals.
Yeah.
Featured really strongly in that.
You see now, you expect her to probably increase her lead here in this breaststroke leg.
And just like a lot of these younger athletes on the outside kind of look to just take her on here.
Yeah, got nothing to lose.
You got nothing to lose, a hell of a lot to gain just by experimenting, going out hard, trying to see how long you can hang on for. You know, maybe you really concentrate on the breaststroke leg because you know Tara will be in the middle and that's her strong. So we saw Alana out there in lane 3. She was clearly a really nice butterfly. Took us through that first 100.
So Tara's looking really nice and strong out there in this breaststroke. But a really good battle though between Torrance, Mathers and Larkin in lanes 3, 5 and 6. And even Nicole Briscoe is having a really good breaststroke leg over there in lane 2 as well.
Push and the pull of the IM. Once again, just performing those skills under duress. As Tara heads out into the freestyle leg, she'll get a little bit more of an advantage here as those girls finish from the slowest stroke. She heads away on the fastest stroke, which is a freestyle. She's now pulled away. She's got about 10, 12 metres on these girls as they battle out for second and third amongst the 3 of them. 2 girls in lane 5 and lane 6 able to breathe towards each other on the way down, see each other, but on the way home they don't see each other. Looks like Dakota's looking at Alana and Alana's looking away, so
see how they look here.
Have to do it all on feel on the way back on this last 25, but they've still got 2 more 25s to go. Get a good gauge as they head into this last turn. Tara's kind of gone away with this. She's made it her own as she's accelerated again. She's done a really, really good job there, Tara. Really nice and strong. 4:40.37.
Pushing through. It's a good battle.
2-second drop on her entry time. These girls flown home. Really solid swims there. So Dakota's just a little bit outside, but she's dragged Michaela along with her. So once again, just being a little bit younger and chasing, getting a good pull from an older athlete. Remember, this is open, so it looks like Michaela will be back in a few weeks' time for age short course.
So a 200 butterfly coming up next. Once again, another pretty brutal race, pretty tough.
Chad Leclerc, the all-comers record.
48 for a 200 butterfly. It's a good 200 freestyle time.
Yeah, that time would have been alright tonight.
It's be interesting to watch tactics-wise in this two flyers. We were talking about before about the breathing patterns. So with so many turns where these guys really try and get the air in, breathe every stroke in a 2 fly, we try and hold on to it. So now we're missing a swimmer in lane 4.
Dominic looks to be behind the block. He's staying warm.
Yeah, he's keeping the clothes on right till the last minute here. 2 fly underway. So would you be looking to try and get out pretty hard in this 2 fly and then try and descend the next 350s? Or is it about sort of trying to control and then come home harder? Or would you go out hard and then hang on? What's your sort of go-to, you reckon, this short course 2 fly?
I think short course 2 fly is just, it's all about underwaters and being as strong as and efficient as you can be underwater.
Yeah.
I don't think the over the top matters as much. You'll find here's Dominic, up at 12 and a half. Yeah, I noticed that on his first turn. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how he goes through the next 350s here.
We see the other boys were popping up probably 6 or 7 metres, maybe 8. He's popped up again at 11, 12.
Yeah, so Adam looks like he'd be quite a strong long course swimmer, big, strong stroke, really focusing on being on top of water, but that's not short course swimming. Short course swimming is turns the underwater, so he's got up at 6 and 7 again, and
great.
Dominic's just like clockwork there. He knows exactly how many kicks he's got to do. He knows exactly how far underwater he wants to go. He's doing half underwater, half swimming.
To his credit, Adam is staying right with him here, though. Even though he's losing ground off the turn, he's catching up into the wall. He's just losing ground off the turn.
This probably goes back to this one size doesn't fit all.
Yeah.
But in saying that, at the best level, it is the underwater. So you see Dominic took off on that underwater.
Owen Williams Pauly over here in lane 6 is having a really good last 50 here. He might have touched, he has touched in front. There you go. So Adam's just starting to fatigue a little bit. It looks like he's going to hang on for bronze.
Yeah, Owen has come through.
Yeah, what a last 100.
203, 205, 206. Good swims. Next. Popped in at 205 this morning. He was like clockwork there, underwaters. He was up at halfway every single lap.
There's some great skills all over. So 50 breaststroke here. Should be fast.
Crowd really getting into these day 2 finals.
We'll mention here from Aubrey, he's got Ray, just 15, fastest qualifier. They're up and going. It looks like Micah Fry in lane 5 got the best at the starts. And it's really tight across the field. And now Isabel Ray's starting to really pick up her pace. She might touch in front. She does, 14.9.
Just 2/100ths of a second ahead on the wall.
Had a good breakout too. She's coming through. These two are going stroke to stroke, but also Madeline Rawbath's having a good finish here too. Coming down the wall, it's all about the time. There you go, so Isabel Ray takes it out there, the visitor. 32.0, followed by 32.5 from Maddie, and Micah in third there in a 32.7. Had a great turn there, did Isabel.
Yeah, went in on a really nice full stroke. Was able to maintain that momentum a lot better off the wall.
So this should be a great one to watch coming up here, the 100-metre freestyle for the women's.
Some close times coming into this final.
Yeah. Once again, another next gen on display. Arabella this morning went 57.0, just 15 there in lane 4. And lane 3, Alicia Clark, who's had a really good meet so far, just 16 now, third fastest qualifier. So those two names to look out for the future. Saw Alicia yesterday, had some great speed, I think in the 50.
She gets off the block so well and really works that underwater. I love her technique. It's that really smooth, longer freestyle.
She's got great speed, hasn't she? Just breaks out really well. Quite powerful off the start and off the turn. Semra Oluwini also has had some great speed so far yesterday and today. We saw her earlier.
She tends to do really well on the back end, particularly in these 100s. Not always the fastest person at halfway.
Even across the field there.
Yeah, great breakout there though in lane 7, Liliana Jones.
Just 15 years old from St Leonard's.
Yeah, had a great start though.
She had some fantastic performances at national age.
See Semra now having a really strong second 25 here. Looks like she'll lead it through at the 50. She does, at 27.0.
Girls in the middle. Nice and tight. Semra looks to just be pulling away.
Yeah, for that back end speed we spoke about. She maintains really well throughout the race. Alicia Clark sitting in second, also from Nunawading Swimming Club.
55.5, it's a fast time. So big drop from this morning.
All those top 3 swimmers dropping a little bit of time there. It's exactly what States is all about, what the coaches be looking for is just that change in mentality and change of execution and being able to do it. See if any of these gents can slip under the 1 minute barrier. Adams down to 1 minute 49.
Well, also Calvin Reid, Lockie Chan, see if they can get close to him as well. So Adam looks to be leading through here at the 25, out at 12.8. Calvin sitting back in second there. Third place is Callum Well over there in lane 2. And the smoker out wide, having a really good first 50.
He is very quick off the start. He's always sort of up in that lead pack early on.
So fast first 50 from Adam out at 28.2. I think that's almost what he went in the 50 yesterday. He went 28.0, did he? So well, there's a chance to go into the minute here. If he can come back in at 15, 16, maybe 16 low.
It's looking nice. He's keeping the length on it too.
Yeah, got to put the moz on him to go into that minute. He's looking good. Did it easy. There you go. So 59.3. It's a great swim this time of year. Second was Calvin Reid at 101, and Lockie Chan just pipped there for third at 101.14.
Alrighty, so we've got the boys in the box here for event 61, the men's 100-metre breaststroke for multi-class. 5 athletes in the field here. All of those familiar names that we've seen throughout this evening.
So I think they did 4 finals yesterday. This will be their sort of 4th or 5th final tonight.
This is the last of our multi-class events on the program for our State Open Championships.
So Riley Blitz has got a really nice breath in that breaststroke there. Really gets out in front, really extends those arms. So he's coming through this first 50 here at a 38.0. People looking to try and aim to go under 120 here.
Keeping it nice and smooth. Lockie Bellion in lane 6, also quite attacking his third 25.
It's a good battle though, isn't it, between lanes 3, 5 and 6 right now, all quite even.
See, Lockie picked up that rate down this final 25.
Yes. Great last 25, isn't it?
He's made up a lot of ground. He's not very far behind Riley on the finish.
He's just dropped off. Yeah, 2-second PB there for Lockie. So Bradley Doolan coming in over here in lane 2. Now 143 is what he went this morning. It looks like he's going to go well under that now. 141, great swim.
A good note to end on.
Yeah, big program for him.
I think they'll be quite relieved to be climbing out of the water now. behind the blocks now, event 62. It's the women's turn for the multi-class 100-metre breaststroke. Had a quick chat with Grace just earlier this evening. She's been absolutely stoked with her performances this weekend. Basically PB'd every event.
It's pretty good effort when you consider how many events she's done as well, and finals and heats. Swimming's always fun when you're PBing. You see here Sarah Howe, we were speaking about before, that she doesn't actually breathe on every stroke in that breaststroke. We're saying that you actually don't need to breathe every stroke. Saying for some swimmers, if it means you can actually get out quicker and keep your hips up a little bit higher, you can do that.
Definitely an interesting strategy, and I think in a lot of the multi-class events we see a lot of adaptive ways of racing.
Well, I think too, if you can't get as much out of the hips and out of the kick, if it means you can keep yourself higher in the water rather than swimming uphill, it's a great way to do it.
For sure.
You can see Grace can get really high out and push forward with hers.
Just attacks the stroke. Just really gets after it. Probably like goes to show why she's swimming PBs. Real personality character that she's got.
Go-getter.
So her time of 1:25.8 here. Interesting if she can get close to that. Keep that PB streak going. We're just on it. Ooh,
just
off,
over,
just
but
off.
as we said, massive program.
Yeah. Last event for her. Probably
These girls are making a bit of a race of it still for the minor places.
It's a good swim from Evie Lee. She's just taken off 2 seconds. And a huge swim from Sarah Howe. She's just taken off 6 seconds. Ruby Halliday has just gone a little bit over. Now Kira Warwick's on her last lap.
And we're just seeing high fives all around from the girls on the wall there.
A few chocolate sundaes on the cards after a long weekend.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
2:15 there. Just a little bit over there for Kira.
So we move along here to event 63, the women's 100-metre butterfly. It's the second last individual event for our females for the weekend. Rihanna Chen in lane 3, winner of the 50 butterfly last night. Really showcased those amazing skills in underwater. She was quick off the start, led us around at the 25 and all the way through. So probably expect to see her out pretty quickly early on.
Start from the girls in the middle there.
Lily Kosh has had a great meet as well.
Big program as well. We saw Mia Yo have that great 2 flies you were saying before, Kalia. She's had a good 52 yesterday.
Yeah, we start to see those recurring names in the butterfly events. I mean, Isabella Osborne, she's just turned in first there, not one to discount. I did put the mods on her last short course season. She almost went under that 100, so definitely something in her sights.
Strong over that second 25, and she's carried that through. Now as we head into the last 25, touch and go here.
Isabella Osborne pulling away now with 5 metres to swim.
Keep that head down, keep that head down.
I
almost clapped too early. I thought I saw it.
So Lily Kosh in second, and Mia Yo picks up the bronze.
Still a good swim. She's right there. She's on the cusp. We'll throw that down.
A big weekend. During the break, Izzy's actually been studying. So she's been here, staying at the pool, doing her schoolwork. So that's the kind of level of commitment these athletes are putting in. Eat, sleep, work, school, repeat.
Really kind of sets the kids up for life as an adult. Talk to a lot of former athletes that have just developed all these so-called soft skills that just a lot of other kids just don't have. They've got such a leg up, a lot of these kids that do swimming. You're up early, you've got to socialise, you've got a time management, there's a lot of determination, goal setting, understanding your nutrition. There's so many elements within swimming and sport that are so transferable into adult life.
100%. And these guys are learning this from the time they're 11, 12 years old. So by the time they get to 17, 18, those later years in high school, they've got all the skills there.
Yeah, to be honest, they're probably a few steps ahead of their classmates. Alas, we go to the long one, the 1500. Yeah. Mackie Hunter's back at it again, lane number 4. 16:42. She holds a bit of a commanding entry time over her swimming companions here.
One of the benefits of short course swimming is even if you are 50 ahead or quite a long way in front, you can kind of work off trying to overtake people as well. But Mackie's such a determined athlete. I know coming into this race, this has been one of her focuses for the weekend. That 18-year-old age group record is definitely in her sights tonight. She's only 5 seconds over it on entry, and she's had a great meet. So keep an eye out for the time here.
We were sort of speaking last night, he did the 3 4s and then the 3 1s descent. Which we're doing the same thing again here tonight with the girls in this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's personally my
tactical
race plan setup.
Yeah.
We did think, the easiest way to break it down is the 3 500s.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. The more you train, as you get into these older open level age groups, they can have a more specific plan that suits them. Mackie's someone that's super consistent, so she's going to be looking for just those even splits over and over each time.
She'll be looking to jump on it nice and quickly, get on that pace and stay on it. And that's the training in that day in, day out. Loading body, loading the mental. It's just a lot of that short course though.
Having someone like her in this field is also really great for some of those youngsters. You've got Lucy Doyle over in lane 3, Maddie Brand in lane 5. They're just 14 and 15 years of age, so she's going to be dragging those girls out, trying to put a little bit of pressure on them to stick with her, try and get some of that drag going, give themselves their best shot of getting a nice personal best as well.
Saying that during the men's 8, the same sort of thing, and you saw that come to fruition with a few of the jets there, going 8-10 seconds under their seat time and really making a huge leap. It'll just make it a little bit better for those boys that are already at the top. And they've got a few extra people to race. Go through the 200 mark to 11.82. Nice solid start. Still 51 laps on the counter there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking at the counter this early in a 1500. It's not the most enticing sign to see. 51 laps to go.
We did see Tommy Lane during the men's 8 look up 2-3 times. Whether that was to get a gauge on where he was and understand where he needs, when was the time to go within his race plan, or whether he just simply miscounted laps and he was a bit lost. Hopefully the girls will just plug along for a while, sit on their pace, feel it out, and then maybe check in on it a lot later.
So it'd be hard for these girls as well, I think, for Mackenzie's sake, if she gets out to a big lead, to know her pace here, know what speed she's actually hitting, or she will have done enough training, she knows the rate and stroke count to hold.
Yeah, I think it's back on that rate. You've got to make it so habitual, so second nature, because when you come into a race, you fall back on the lowest common denominator, and if that's breathing every single stroke, breathing out of the wall, swimming slow, swimming with your head up, whatever it is,
those habits come out.
Like that's how you're going to race when you're fatigued and tired. So she'll just be absolutely nailing day in, day out. This is the feeling I want to feel when I race. My rate might be what she looks to be, 44 at the moment. Just bang, straight on. I just want to go 44 whole way.
Yeah.
Repetition. Yeah. And you will see the coaches stand up for these 1500 metre events usually. If the athlete does kind of fall off that pace, they'll give them a bit of a wave along. So that's more of that reassurance than anything.
You've got a few signals there, actually. I've just looked behind you there and seen it.
I love the MLC signals.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you'll see different signals there. So you've got like a wave along, which just probably means you're a little bit ahead. You can be like the wave down. You're probably a little bit too far ahead of you. Just that difference between being half a second ahead of it, half a second behind, or sometimes you just might get the 2 hands up in the air. You're spot on. You bang, you're killing it.
What did we say yesterday? Was it a peach and a...
It's a love heart and a peach.
Love heart and a peach.
Yeah.
Love heart means you're on pace.
You're on, you're all good.
Peach means
we love
pick
your
up,
work.
pick up the pace.
Move your...
Who was doing this?
The MLC last night had a few
That's
signs.
Like AFL cards.
Yeah, AFL.
Get out
But the
here.
5 minute wall.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm always trying to decode that, the AFL. Like, what do the chips mean?
Yeah.
Is it a feeding frenzy or something? Get on the ball, feeding frenzy. What could you come up with in swimming? So you got the peach and the love heart.
I think we should just bring random emoji
bubble.
signs and see what people make of them.
What would you do? What would you do for kick? What would be like a little emoji
A footy.
for kicking? Footy?
Yeah, that'd work.
So we'll just check in here. We're at 1/3 of the way through the 500 metre mark. 5:32.7.
So quick mass will have her at 16:32. 16:36 actually.
Your maths was good in the 800, so it was bang on before. He called it at the 200 mark in 8:05, and he was right on 8:05. So what time did you say then?
Well, judging if she stays the same pace, she'll go 16:36, which is just under that 16:42. And what was the time that she wanted to go?
37.
37. So she's bang on pace to hit that age group record. So hopefully we see some love hearts coming out down the line.
I've been checking in with the split. She's sat around 16 pretty consistently for the last couple of 100s.
So that's about 32 there, 32 and a half.
And with Mackie, we do expect her to lift in those last couple of 100s. You usually see the rating pick up, and she's super light on the legs, so she will bring those in as we come further through this 15.
So she'll look to descend each 500?
I would think so. With her endurance background, the open water, we know she can trust in the training. She likes the 15.
So that might not look like time-wise she'll descend, but it's the effort-wise. Yeah. Because of that accumulative load over this, it'll become harder and harder to stay on pace.
We'll just say her last 25, before that was 16.7. She's got 16.4 on that one. So, and it was before that was around 16.7, 16.6. So she's starting to try and descend a little bit now. Back out to 16.8. Maybe a little bit earlier on. Yeah, but she's sat between that 16.4 to 16.8 on pretty much every 25. So she's holding that consistent pace now.
I'll tell you what, I'd like them to maybe bring out Thor's hammer and just like the last 50, I don't know, stick it up like hammer time. Like, let's go.
I like that one.
Throw it down.
I'm liking it. Let's come up with some new emojis to throw out at the kids.
So you go 16.7 on the last two.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of change. It's a pretty minor change that. It just might be just tweaking a push off or a streamline there.
Yeah, those tiny little moments make a bit of a difference. Just timing into the wall, feet hitting, speed which you're whipping those heels over.
Just look at so many sports. I know I see a lot of cycling at the Olympics, and just the technical advancements within their equipment and the things that they do there. They're just so precise, minuscule changes that I think swimming kind of forgets about here and there. Just those little minute changes can make a big difference.
Particularly in a race that has 60 laps.
Yeah. Just gone over the halfway mark. So check in on the split here through 800. On the nose, still rocking around 16.7s.
MLC coaches are looking pretty relaxed, so they must be pretty comfortable with where she's sitting. I think if she was off the pace they were wanting, we might see them start to get a bit of a wiggle on now that we're past the halfway mark.
Red, which is good. Obviously gauge the intensity of an athlete through how red they are through the backs of their shoulders, and also just rosy cheeks.
So Lucy Doyle in lane 3 is currently sitting in second. She's having a super consistent swim as well. Been kind of keeping an eye on some of her splits, sitting around those 17s. Another athlete that has that really strong back end of races and that ability to have speed after fatigue, so you can really see her lift if it comes down to a sprint at the end. She's always got that little extra 10%.
Hammer's on. Visibly see, sorry, that Mackie's just lifted here.
In terms of rate.
Yeah, just an effort, you can see.
Still holding those 16.8s as well, so still bang on that pace that she's been holding the last couple hundreds. Still see too, she's coming off the wall, still getting that good distance off each turn.
Something we noticed with her racing last night is she does that nice little propulsion, that flutter of kicks through the transition.
She breaks out.
And then just eases after that.
That uses that momentum to get back into the stroke. She's quite light in the legs, as we were saying before, throughout the 25. It's just those first few metres off that wall.
So she's definitely increased there.
You can see it on the times now, 16.5.
So she went 11.06 through the 1K mark there, or 5.36 through the 500, or 5.32, sorry. So
let's see if she can pick up the pace a little bit this last 500 as well.
Thereabouts. So we've got to go 5.30 here.
So she's coming up to lapping Mercer Brand.
Might be a little more touch and go than I thought.
I think it's going to be pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just
Just done bad maths there.
So what was the age group record that she's after?
16:37.
37.
She has 3 opportunities left as an 18-year-old to get that record. So it's in her sights today. If we don't get it today, she's got short course age championships 3 weeks away to try and master it and fix any little touches we might need to add. But she's also got the New Zealand trip. So she did just have a bit of a look up at
saw that.
the lap counters there.
Sorry, what's the New Zealand trip?
So it's our junior performance team we're taking from Victoria over to the Tri-Series. Great little competition over in New Zealand. Super fun for our athletes to all get together, race for Victoria.
That's cool, that's exciting. Used to do a lot of that racing back in the day, a lot of the Trans-Tasman series.
She's definitely starting to pick up the rate a little bit more.
The peach has just come out. I've just
Okay,
seen
they've told
the
her to move
peach has
it.
come out.
All right, they've told her to get a move on.
350 to go.
You can definitely see, I think, with that peach coming out, the intensity has kind of picked up here.
Definitely.
She's also just started to overtake a couple of the athletes in the outside lanes, so just trying to set them in her sights and really mow them down. Always that nice little extra challenge to push yourself a bit further. I'm enjoying looking over and Coach Mel on the side doing hand signals, and the other MLC athletes are looking at Mel to see what the signal is that we're doing. Actually going to be a great swim from Lucy Doyle as well. She's pretty much about 25 metres behind, which for someone who's only 14 years of age, you've got 4 years to make up that ground. So it'll be interesting to see her progression over the next few years.
She's given away a minute on entry time. It's pretty huge. And Mackie's going to be probably close to 16:45 here, 16:47.
Just saw her having a quick look up as well. She was coming in.
That's fair enough, mate.
Yeah.
It's been 57 laps.
No, I've been doing the same thing.
She's got 100 to go now.
There we go. Let's see if she starts to bring legs in as well.
15:33. She's got a minute 2 to come back. And she's rocking around at 106s.
It would be a big ask.
She's rocking around at 106, 107. So, yeah, I'm not sure there'll be that much of a speed change. However, she'll probably get in and around that entry time. She's going to drag Lucy Doyle around in an absolute screamer of a time. As you can hear the bell in the background. 50 to go now.
You see here.
16:06. She's going to come back in a 30.
31-ish, yeah.
I'm sure she'd love to be able to get up on the blocks and dive back in after a few minutes of break. Hit that 30, but unfortunately she's just going to keep on rocking here.
Let's see what she's coming in here with. Yeah. Oh!
We've got a chair now. I don't know what an upside down chair
Rod's
means.
lifted it up.
It's so close.
Under the...
That's unreal.
16:38.
It's a great swim.
She finished so strong.
Last 50.
And look at her, she
15,
knows.
So just,
So close.
I think
last
she'd be
25.
really happy, but at the same time, she had that goal of that 16:37.
I think that's just going to spur her on so much more, though, now for age. 3 weeks to prepare.
accomplish
She might
this
not
from
even be
Lucy.
taping yet either.
17:02.
So she's just taken off, 41 seconds.
That's wild.
I actually
Just
don't know what the age record is for 14-year-olds, but I would have to imagine that goes close.
Yeah, the Scrod behind us here is stoked. He's up and about.
Oh, definitely.
And as if you
an
wouldn't be.
Oh, yeah.
18-year-old's going 16:37, 16:36. I'm sure a 14-year-old record. We'll get on the...
Look at Mackenzie's last 25 minutes, 15-3.
yeah, huge drop.
Unbelievable.
Huge. So she clearly knew where she was. She probably could see the scoreboard and had an idea. I know many athletes are pretty in tune with where they're at. I know I could slam the coach. I could tell when he was off on the watches.
So I actually think that Lucy Doyle has just broken the Victorian short course record for 12 to 14 years.
Yep.
Previously held by Kira Lee Shepherd at 17:04.5.
Oh, wow. Cool.
2-second drop. There you go.
Solid. Nice. So that's the Victorian state record.
According to our Swimming Victoria website, our Victorian short course record for 12 to 14 year females in the 1500 freestyle, 17:04.50, and Lucy Doyle, 14 years of age, 17:02.19. It's a fantastic effort.
It's a great effort. That just goes back to the young girls going in there, with all the young athletes, in the men's events as well. Just no fear, just going out and racing.
And she
They've
was
got
so
everything to gain.
consistent too.
So she looked wonderful the whole way through, really nice and long. Anyway, change of pace, yeah?
Speed it up.
Yeah. Men's 4x1 freestyle relay. 2 heats of this one. When you head into heat 2, you can't have a look at the middle of the pool though between Caulfield, Nunawading and Melbourne Propulsion. 322, 321, 322. In heat 2.
MLC. Yeah.
Could be thereabouts as well, 324.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think it's about to get pretty loud
Yeah.
down here.
The slapping or just the cheering?
A bit of both,
Bit of
yeah,
both.
to be honest.
Yeah. Do love watching the relays here because in a splash we'll see in this 4x1. Looking to go fastest to slowest here, or would you go your fastest last?
Oh,
It's always the tactic, isn't it?
it's always interesting, isn't it? I probably...
Waterville off to a good start there in lane 4.
I think you'd probably go fastest to slowest, and you just make sure your last swimmer is good underwater would be the only thing.
Yeah.
I just think there's just going to be there's so much wash.
Yeah. So you don't want your best swimmer trying to swim through that at the end, trying to play catch up.
So those of you at home playing along with us, if you look back along the pool here as they're swimming across, you can see that the water hasn't settled. So that is just going to continue to
Get worse.
get worse and worse. We don't really have the largest depth here at MSAC. It's only 2.1 metres, so that was a big talking point at the Olympics, was the lack of depth in the pool. We've now just, they like to have it at 3 metres. It just means that the water settles a bit better, yeah.
I saw in Paris doing those relays, the waves that they created from that.
Oh, they're huge human beings.
They are.
The men's relays, you know, I hope they bring in a 4x50 relay. That'd be really, really cool to see. But even like the female sprinters are just
So powerful.
juggernauts of human beings. They're unreal. Just like prim, proper. They've done everything in their ability to make themselves look, feel, and compete at the best level.
You see the wall of water when it hits, when they turn, like when they come off that turn, and they're going to try and get underneath.
See different techniques off the block here, this exchange. Warnable leads us through at the 200 metre mark, 1:45.64. So that time would have won the individual 200 freestyle.
few different ways of swimming these relays. Always up for contention of whether you go fastest or slowest, try to get a nice lead for sure.
Yeah, we'll just say that as well, yeah.
I said go 3, fastest
You think
to
that's
slowest.
the way you would go?
1, 2, and 3, fastest to slowest, and your fourth person having a good underwater. Where would you go? That'd be my team.
I think it comes down to your personalities as well. I don't think you're ever going to put Kyle Chalmers first
No,
in a relay.
you never waste him there.
You know, so
Not
you
every
have
team has Kyle
to know
Chalmers.
your athletes.
Yeah. So not every team has a Kyle Chalmers.
Not every
either.
team has a Kyle Chalmers.
I think as well.
Not many teams have a Kyle Chalmers.
I think at this level too, though, as well, I think you haven't got as much depth and you don't want to be out of the race. You know, when your last swimmer diving in, they're already 15 metres behind. They're never going to be able to swim as fast as they can if they're behind. But if you're giving your slowest swimmer a bit of a lead, they're going to try and charge up and hang on to it. So they're naturally going to try and push
100%.
faster. So I think that's
They don't
why,
want to let the team down. No one wants to let the team down.
So that's
Come
why,
under the flag. So you see Warnable's doing a really good job. Just holding off the Ivanhoe squad there.
yeah. But the Ivanhoe boys got a long way under the water there. He just hasn't quite caught up to him, though. The Waterball lads held him off quite well.
We also have to look at these earlier heats. Swimmers who do compete first get to use that time. It's off a normal start, so sometimes you'll put relay teams in for the opportunity for athletes to have another shot at getting a time.
And leading off. Yeah, you're right.
3:31.
It's a fast first heat there.
They've gone well under their seat time.
Yeah.
3:37.
That's great. That puts a bit of pressure on heat 2. All right, so who's our pick here in heat 2?
Go Caulfield.
Caulfield.
I'm
Nicky
sticking with
Leighton
the
out-
propulsion boys.
Nicky Leighton out in front.
Yeah. You go propulsion?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll be different. I'll go another body. we'll go someone different here.
I think there's a chocolate sundae on the line for us in this one. I think we know who wins the cheering award.
Yeah, it's right here behind us.
So we've got a few different athletes up here. We've got Robbie Dillison's an overboard distance swimmer for propulsion 5. It looks like Nicky Leighton, sprinter in lane 3. Noah Millard, lane 2. Who else do we have here? Who's swimming lane 6? Who's swimming for Surrey Park there?
Tannen Curtis.
We were talking about this Surrey Park Cup last night.
Yeah, he's got a different cap on, so he looks a little bit different to the Surrey Park boys.
Yeah, right.
So if you have a look at him, man.
He's got like a fast cap on or something.
Yeah.
A fast cap.
A race cap. And away we go. This
There
is
we
it.
go.
This is the championship one. This is the second of our time finals. You imagine the race will be on between lanes 2 to 6 there in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, it was a good start there from
Looks like Noah
MLC.
Millard.
Yeah,
Noah Millard.
Yeah, it's Noah Millard, the big man.
Didn't really factor that in when we picked a team nice and early, did we?
It takes 4 though, Jordan. You know, you can't just rely on one man.
Yeah, well, Australia relies on one man. So in the women, we have 4 good women. In the men, we have 1 good man.
Yeah.
I think we have 1 brilliant man and 3 good men.
Noah Wadding finishing strong here in this 100. He's pushing Noah all the way through to the finish. So MLC will lead us through.
It's a big advantage getting out early, and that's MLC's tactic there, is to swim fastest and slowest, obviously. Just get out ahead of the weight. It's so hard to swim through.
It is. You can see the waves across us now when they break out. So propulsion at Surrey Park and Caulfield there having a good battle on for 3rd right now, but it looks like Noah Wadding and MLC still 1st and 2nd. Noah Wadding making up some ground here, I reckon, too, on MLC.
Yeah, they've certainly closed the gap there to within half a second now.
Caulfield's a while back now. They've got a bit of work to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to ping back, but they do have James Ward lurking in the background.
Yeah, Noah Wadding had a really good changeover and breakout as well. They've come out in front now. This is where the depth comes into play.
Still really tight though for 3rd place.
3, 5, and 6.
Caulfield have actually started to make up some ground now. So they're sitting in fourth.
Yeah, they're looking a little bit dangerous in fourth with James Ward coming in
Coming in
next.
last. Can he pull off a Kyle Chalmers?
Oh, look at Propulsion's just taken off.
So another warning in the box seat though to hang on from here.
So they'll have the Raven, Ethan Ravensdale bringing them home. Got Lockie Jacket Simpson from Propulsion there.
Oh, that was contentious, that changeover.
And James Ward in the water now as well. Watch out for him.
Excited. So we have now got a race on our hands. Can they catch him?
Gee, James Ward broke out right on the 15.
He did have a little bit of a DQ this morning.
Did he? Yeah.
Over that 15 mark,
So you can see here as they turn, at pool level from where we are, you can see the water they're pushing through, back out. So trying to get underneath it.
Propulsion is coming here.
Lockie, Jacket Smith.
This is going to be a good finish. You called it.
for me.
Here we go.
Boys
Oh,
are coming
here we go.
up. So this is a race.
This is a good finish.
Oh my God.
He's going to get him.
This is a race.
Caulfield's coming up on the inside as well.
Caulfield might sneak second
Propulsion
here.
get it.
What a race. That was fantastic racing.
Great racing,
and
mates.
the celebration.
He's happy at that.
He is happy. He
What
is stoked.
How good was that last
I
turn?
am stoked.
You called it. Nostradamus.
It's nice when it goes your way.
How good was that last turn, though? He just broke out. He got underneath that wave. Another warning lad just broke it into that wave. You can see him just hit like a wall as he came out.
It was almost like a stop sign.
Yeah.
Well, that was super exciting.
That was great, wasn't it? It was like last night. We had a couple of great relays as well. So we've got 2 heats of the girls now coming up. Our last event of the program. Let's hope all these guys will stick around, get behind these girls in this last event here. Should be a good atmosphere for this last event.
Just felt like Libby Trickett at the Olympics in her commentary when she just started jumping, and I think that's what I just was doing.
Where she couldn't speak.
Yep.
She was just
Yep. Start randomly clapping my hands. So let's go, girls.
Yeah.
See if we can have an exciting race like that to finish off with.
We're looking at the final in Heat 2. MLC, Nunawading, Caulfield, Surrey Park, all within sort of a couple of seconds of each other, and those entry times we know can change. So
100%.
as we just saw.
And it's the final event. Everything you can put into this last race.
Yeah. Saw how happy the boys were from Propulsion when they won that too. So it shows means a lot to them. They like to get the win. It's a great way to finish a meet. Finish on a bang.
With your teammates as well.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just so, if you're around the same people all the time, when it comes to the meets, especially states, there's a lot of chitter-chatter behind the block.
A lot of good bands.
Yeah, banter.
Good banter.
Gotta have good banter.
I know the coaches, so
Oh, yeah.
the coaches feed that along. They are at each other's throat all the time.
I think the bragging rights are more up for grabs off the coaches than the athletes half the time.
It's a small world, the swimming community, so you've got to get behind each other and have a bit of a laugh with it. It can be a bit of a lonely sport sometimes too, can't it?
Close first leg here for the girls. Right down to touch. Ivanhoe Swim just holding on in that last 25. They'll turn, or change over, I should say, in 1:00.3.
So it's a good breakout from Ivanhoe there in lane 5 as well. Good turn though from Melton. Came off that wall, probably 7 or 8 metres. Good opportunity too if you can enter 2 teams for your club is you can get some younger swimmers to potentially swim with a couple of older swimmers. It's really good for just the team morale.
And experience as well.
Yeah.
Be amongst the atmosphere.
It's always pretty cool when you're a junior. You got to swim with a couple of older swimmers in a relay.
You're definitely not going to let them down.
No, you want to perform for that.
This Melton swimmer, the second swimmer for Melton is really attacking.
So Melton's still hanging on to that lead currently by about a second and a half. It's sort of stayed that length now for these first two swimmers, and they want to hang on to that lead from here. But Ivanhoe having a good swim here in this
Pretty
third
wild
100.
kick going
Yeah, I was
on.
going to say it's a powerful kick, isn't
Powerful, yeah.
it? You can hear it.
That white wash.
She has made up some ground here too, the Ivanhoe swimmer, so it's probably only about a body length now, this lead. I think it's still important, even in the 100 metres, that you can't blow your fuel tickets too early, even if you are behind in 100. You're still got to try and measure your race up, even though it's only 100. It is quite hard if you're going to try and make up ground, though.
It's an interesting balance, isn't it? Especially like the 100. Like obviously the 200 you can feel for a bit more. There's a little, you can have a little bit more patience. There's a bit more time. I feel like the 100 is such a fine line between overdoing it and then
Underdoing it.
Yeah.
Leaving too much room in the last 50. It's a strong last 100 here. Is that Maynard?
I think so.
Yeah.
From looks, I believe that's who it is.
Yeah, thought so. She's had a really strong first 50 here.
Well, I can see her sister Layla. That was who swam first, I believe.
Well, their entry time here was 4:01. She's probably going to be close to that here.
Looks like it'll be about on.
About bang on, yeah. Let's see, she comes into the time.
About bang on.
About bang on. In fact, it was
A little under.
Yeah, a little under. There you go.
that all split around a minute.
Which is pretty solid for the first heat too.
All right.
Here we go. Final
go?
event.
Can I pick it again?
Yeah, you pick it. You pick the first one. Willie gets to choose.
Let's have a look. Look, I actually think MLC
No.
have a pretty good team. Although, I mean, Nunawading. Those girls have been on this weekend.
Yeah.
They're going to have good.
This
Good
could
lead
be a
off.
bit faster than their.
I think they might run away with this one.
I think they
Nunawading?
might
I think,
potentially
I think it's a
as well,
one-horse race, this one. But
based
Okay.
off performance across the weekend.
He's called it early.
Sorry, Mark.
Have a chance.
Have a good shot.
I think sorry for probably bronze here. Start from Caulfield. Over here in lane 6.
Thinking it might be a big ask. I believe Mackie is actually going to bring us home
After 1500.
after the 1500 for MLC, so that might be
Short changeover too.
a bit rude, really.
Only saw about 10 minutes ago. Probably even less than that, actually.
she'll be so all over it.
Yeah, you'll
So
find an
in
extra
the
gear.
wheelhouse, yeah.
So another warning now, just starting to get in front with Olawini. Caulfield sitting in second.
Such a strong swimmer. Just like really attacks it, grabs hold of it, and just goes.
Still keeps the stroke pretty long as well.
Arabella's had a good swim here from Caulfield.
Yeah,
She's stuck with it.
they're sitting in second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Caulfield swimming fastest to slowest, I believe. So just
Yeah.
looking at who's standing behind the blocks now.
So MLC might be the ones that come through here. Surrey Park have got themselves in a good position as well over there.
Yeah, Caulfield's running with a backstroker and then a butterfly. So.
Yeah.
Another warning B over here is actually having a really good swim in lane 7.
We saw the Nunawading teams yesterday almost do the exact same time from the relays.
Yeah. And they got second and third, didn't
Yes,
they? Yeah,
yes.
from memory. MLC just starting to come through here. They might be sitting in second after this second swimmer.
Got Lucy Doyle in for Nunawading.
So good battle on between Surrey Park, MLC, Nunawading B and Caulfield right now, but Nunawading A are well out in front there, as you two sort of predicted.
Was it Lucy?
Yeah. So quick back up to her as well. We don't ask much of our athletes.
Yeah, come on, it's only 15 and then 100.
I always look at these relays and think the hardest part is actually the girls trying to climb out
Get out of the
before they
water.
get back.
So if you're in lane 4 and 5, you haven't got much time to get out. You've got 20 odd seconds to get out of there. Well, it's probably less than by the time you turn around, look and move.
So I think we might have had the right idea saying Nana Wadding running away with this one a little bit.
So it looks like MLC have got themselves in a second as well now, so they're starting to build into this. It'd be good if they could make up some ground and make it a really good last 100.
Still a solid race. Third. Final changeover. Mackie, away she goes. She's got a bit of a lead here.
Bit of a buffer there.
Yeah. Good breakout though. She hasn't breathed yet.
Caulfield's still in it.
So there's a really good battle on for third. Now, will Mackenzie be able to hang on for silver for MLC? She's starting to get caught up on the outside here by Caulfield and Nana Wadding B.
She's got the better of the underwaters there.
Oh, will she be lifted?
So Nana Wadding coming in here. They're going to take this one out pretty comfortably. Oh, this is a good
Shepherd from Caulfield there.
Oh, this is good luck.
Mackie a run.
Oh, Mackie's just lifted. She's going to do everything she can to hang on
Hang
here.
on.
Wadding win, 3:46.
Head
the
goes
race for
down.
second.
Oh, she
Those
got it.
long arms, hold
She got
on.
it. Great
How
effort
good a
too.
relays.
Good effort too after a 1500 and gets up and hangs on like that.
How good a relays.
So Nana Wadding smashed their entry time there as well.
Yeah, they did. 3:46. It's a fast time. This looks like MLC was just a little bit over there in the end. Rogan and Randall's just giving us a little bow there to say well done and thank you.
And we thank all of our officials. They do an incredible job across the weekend. Massive thank you to the guys at Big Voice Media for our live stream. They do an incredible job.
They do.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Kalia. Thanks,
for
guys.
having me along.
Thanks for having me along. It's been a good night. We're done.
And that's a wrap on the 2024
Yeah.
UNCLOUD Victorian Open Short Course Championships. We turn our attention to 3 weeks' time from now where we
Three
have
weeks?
our
Yeah.
age championships. So
3 weeks or 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
2 weekends off.
2 weekends off. Not much, is it? All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And we'll see you guys all next time.